Hi Brett, this is Alan Cockrell with ABC, former hitting coach for the Colorado Rockies and the Seattle Mariners. We're going to take a look at your video this morning. Brett, one of the first things I always look for is just to make sure that we're under balance. And the way I check that is just my knees are going to be inside my feet and my head is going to stay inside my knees. And the setup position is the biggest area where you're going to find the most differences of all hitters. Once we get into the load phase and the swing phase, most hitters are going to look alike. The good hitters are all going to look alike, but this area is a style, it's a preference, but it's also an area where we need to be athletic and we need to be under balance. As you can see here, you're under good balance. Okay, we're going to take it now into the load phase. And the load phase is we are preparing to see the baseball. And we're going to put ourselves in a strong position in order to see the ball and then put a swing on it. So in the load phase, what I always talk to guys about is we need to, you've heard the term get back, okay? When we get back, basically we're gathering and we're storing energy to the inside part of my back leg, okay? And again, we want to try to keep this knee inside this stride foot. So as we go back here, we see that you stay inside, all right? You get a nice gather of weight to the inside part of your back leg. I see that you're bringing your back knee back, which is good, but you've kept a good angle right here with this back knee inside this foot. And you should feel your weight right now. You should feel it inside there. Okay, as we start to get to the foot down phase, okay, with most hitters, yourself included, the toe will land first, but it is not until the back heel fully plants into the ground right there am I fully loaded, okay? So that is getting your foot down right there. That's when it officially is down, when the back heel plants. Okay, now from here we look for some different things. I want to see good equal bend, good equal athletic bend in both knees. For me right here, Brett, you've got just a little bit of a stiff front leg at this particular point. I want to see equal bend in the knees, and I want at the same equal bend that I see in the hips. Okay, we want to make sure that these hips are square. Yours are. This front hip is staying in there. The other thing that I look for is to make sure that the stride foot, when the heel lands or the heel plants, that we don't get much more open than 45 degrees. You're at 61 here, and that's just a little bit too much open. And that, along with the straight front knee, will make it difficult to handle pitches on the outside part of the plate or the outer third of the plate. So I think that's one area that we can clean it up just a little bit as we go forward. Okay, now we'll go into the first move. We have gathered and stored energy into here. We are now going to transfer this energy with this back knee. The back knee is the first move that we make with the lower half. The lower half provides direction to the baseball. It also provides drive through the baseball. Okay, so this back knee drives into my front side right here, and now I transfer that weight, or I transfer that energy into the inside part of my front thigh. And again, at this particular point, I'd like to see just a little bit of athletic bend in that front knee. Okay, we move it forward to here. Actually, I'm going to take it back one step. First move with the lower half is the back knee. First move with the hands is the elbow drops into the slot. And I'm sure you've heard this term before. The slot is the area of the rib cage or the back hip. The elbow is just going to drop right into there. And when we get it to there, okay, we get into this position, I want to see the connection of the shoulder, the back elbow, and the back hip all in an alignment. All right? At this particular point, I don't want to see the hands working in front of the connection. Okay? And again, I'm going to go back to handling pitches that are outer half and outer third. My front knee stiffens up a little early, and now I get my hands in front of my connection. I end up pushing the bat through that baseball as opposed to releasing the barrel or throwing the barrel through that baseball. Okay, so at this point, I'd rather see your hands back here. Now, as that connection takes place, now the hands will start to work in front. They'll work in front of your center of gravity out here in front of your body. Okay, center of gravity is your belly button or your belt buckle, and we'll get our hands out front in order to now release the barrel through the baseball. As the hands start to work forward, as yours have, okay, we're going to get to the point of contact, or just in this instance, just past contact. This is where the front knee will start to stiffen up. Okay, it's more at contact, and it's more for pitches middle in than it is for pitches middle away. We just don't want that front knee to stiffen up too quickly, especially on balls middle away. It just won't allow for the extension or the bat speed to stay through those balls out there. I see some good things at this particular point, though. I see, and let me erase what we got going on. I see palm up, palm down at the point of contact, which is very, very good. It's a very strong position to be in. And I see really good discipline with head and eyes down in the hitting zone at contact. I think, Brett, it's important for you to know, as soon as the head and eyes come up to follow the flight of the ball, that is the direction that my bat's going to go to. So, in essence, when the head comes up, the swing is over, because the barrel of my bat is going to follow my head and eyes. So, one of the things I talk to my hitters about a lot is getting into the good habit of keeping our head and eyes in the hitting zone for at least one count past contact. Okay, we do that, then we get the good full extension. Barrel of the bat will be facing the pitcher, and then we get the good long finish like this. Okay, we see your finish. We're just starting to pull it across just a little bit early. And again, for me, the main reason for that was basically your front side, that front foot opening a little quickly, and this front knee stiffening just a little bit quickly. So, in going forward, to try to clean this up just a little bit, we're going to get to this heel down, heel plant position. Okay, I'm going to set a tee on the outside half or the outside third of home plate. I'm going to set it equal with my front foot, or maybe just inside my front foot. I'm going to set this tee on the outer third of the plate. Okay, now when I get into heel plant, my foot is completely fully down. Let's just check to make sure that we have good equal bend in both knees. Okay, now from there, what we're going to do is we'll take it forward now in slow motion. We'll get to this connected position right here, all right, with your back shoulder, your back elbow, and your back hip will all be in alignment. The hands will be slightly behind that connection at that point. Now, what I want you to think about is something that we've all done since we were kids, is we're going to take a flat rock and we're going to skip that rock across the lake. And we know that when we throw that rock and we're trying to skip that flat rock across the lake, that this throwing hand does not get in front of that elbow or the power source of our back hip. I'll get into the connected position, shoulder, elbow, hip, and then as I throw the ball, my hand will start to work, or I throw the flat rock, my hand will start to work in front of my body and then release that barrel so that we're staying through it just a little bit better. So I think the best way for you to feel this is simply put a ball on a tee, outer half, outer third, just off your front foot or slightly inside your front foot. If we're doing this drill in a cage, we should see backspin line drives to the right side of the cage. If we do this drill on a field, we should be seeing backspin line drives through the second baseman or into right center field. And I think it'll help clean up your lower half, particularly not locking out this front knee too early and not getting your hands in front of your connection or in front of your power source. Okay? But I want to wish you all the luck, and thanks for coming to our camp.